Hey friends, it's Robin. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing my monthly reset. This is going to look a little bit different than my previous ones because I was very chaotic in the filming of this reset. And so this is present day Robin, editing Robin. That's why I have my laptop here. And I am going to be your tour guide for the chaos that was these random clips that I filmed for this monthly reset. So I'm going to organize this by category, and there are going to be timestamps down in the description box. If there are certain sections that you want to see or skip or whatever, they're all going to be down below. But I have 5 different sections that I want to cover in today's video. If you haven't seen one of these videos, they are becoming more and more popular pretty much all over YouTube at this point, and they have filtered their way into the book community. And essentially, it is just a way to reset your life, resetting your goals, looking at what you accomplished in the last month, cleaning up anything, whether it's physically cleaning or digital cleaning or whatever that is, and then getting yourself into a good mindset and place for the new month. Like I said, had a couple of things that I wanted to do in order to prep for the new month. And we're going to kick it off with the first one, which was the big task for August. It has been something that I've been attempting to do for like 6 or 7 months now, and we finally did it. And that was unhaul my books and clean my shelves. So to preface this upcoming section, I have been stockpiling books to donate, sell, and they have been taking over my house. There were piles in my guest bedroom. There was a random box in my dining room. There were 3 boxes that had been living in my car for like 4 or 5 months at this point, and I needed to finally get rid of them. It is one of those tasks that I will put off indefinitely, and so I tend to wait until I have a massive amount of books and then I have to ask for help in order to get them all in the store. If you are looking for a good way to unhaul your books, I actually do mine at Half Price Books. Take a look at your Half Price Books website. Mine does donations. Anything that they can't sell, they donate to local 503c organizations in your neighborhood. And then anything else that they can't donate, they are a like waste-free company. And so everything is recycled. I like to do it there because then it's a one-stop shop. I can take all of my books, I can take them to Half Price Books. They will take anything that they can sell, and then they will donate the rest and then recycle. That's how I do it, but you can always check in with your local used bookstores or Half Price Books or whatever you have. So that's what I did. But on top of that, I wanted to go through my shelves one final time and pull out remaining books. I ended up with a ridiculous amount of footage because me being the chaotic brain that I am, started doing a bookshelf tour halfway through. And so I'm going to cut a lot of that out, mainly because I will most likely do something like that when I do my bookshelf decoration in October. If you see me talking to the camera or like pointing to things, that's why I kept talking. But in order to keep this video to a reasonable length, we're cutting a bunch of that out, and you're going to see me kind of go through all of my shelves and pull things off and make a stack. And then you will get to see the chaos of the number of books that I sold. So here's all of the footage of me cleaning up my shelves and donating the books.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, this even worse, it's gonna hurt even more than just us. We gave it all we had. It's time to say bye, baby, bye. I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here right now before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does.
So that was a lot. In case you're curious, I got $300 for those books, which ended up being great because I had to buy a laptop. And so this isn't it. I'm about to go pick up the new laptop. So the $300 was very beneficial to paying down that laptop. I get comments and questions and messages pretty frequently about my planners. I talk about this all the time. I would love to do more planner content. It is just so hard for me to film it in a way that I'm proud of, and then I feel like no one will care. But I do like to include them at least here in my reset. So you're going to see me set up September. I got like me setting up some of the month and a couple of the spreads. So the first section is going to be some B-roll of me laying down stickers and making it all aesthetic and pretty because that's what I like in my planners.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
And then the next section will be me kind of going through how I content plan, going over how I schedule my content for the upcoming months, as well as how I build that video via notes. So I'm gonna let Past Robin take it over.
Highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
So that is it for the like kind of chaotic stuff that I had filmed in a million different parts. That planner one was over like multiple different days. This isn't something that I recommend. I spend so much time playing with stickers in my planner. It is something that brings me comfort. In order to set these things up, it takes a lot of time, a lot of it. It not only the time to lay down the stickers, but to print these and cut them and like organize everything. The next section is going to be talking about my September goals. I do use a goal planner. This is what it looks like. This is one of them, I should say, that it looks like. And I use the Moxie Life system. I have talked about this before. This is the only goal system that I've ever used that I've stuck with. The reason why I like the Moxie Life system so much is because it forces you to check in all the time. This is the notebooks, but they have a bunch of different formats. So you have yearly goals that you set up. There are categories broken down for you. There are 8 of them, and they kind of encompass all the different sections of your life, and it helps guide you to set goals. And then you have your monthly goals, which are the exact same 8 categories, and you take your yearly goals and you condense them down into what you can do in a month. And then from there, you have weekly action pages. And so again, it's the same 8 goals, and you can use this as a to-do list. It kind of keeps you on a constant track of thinking about your goals. And it is the only thing that has ever worked for me because I am a list maker, and those weekly actions that are like, okay, here are the things that I'm going to do this week to focus on this goal is so beneficial to me. But I technically have not set my September goals. It is on my to-do list for the day, but I do have 6 goals that I want to talk about in this video that are a little bit more prevalent to my channel. A couple of them are life things, but I tried to keep these more prevalent to this channel. The first goal is a big one, and it is I want to leave September with 0 unread September arcs. Normally, that's a pretty easy thing for me to do. I've done that for the last, I think, 3 months in a row. However, I have 11 September arcs. I've read one of them. So I have 10 September arcs that I need to read this month, which is why this is a big goal for me. I need to read all of these arcs. I keep telling myself that I'm going to get ahead, and then I don't. I finished all of my August arcs within like the first week of August, and I was like, we are gonna get ahead on September arcs. I'm gonna do a vlog. And then it kept getting pushed back, and now I'm in the middle of filming it, and it's August 30th. We're going into October with no open September arcs because October, I think I have 8 or 9. The second goal that I have is again kind of related to that. I'd like to do at least 2 vlogs in the month of September. I know one of them is going to be reading September romance arcs. That's the video that I'm already in the middle of filming, and that is going to be my first vlog. And I would like to do a second one. Whether or not that vlog gets posted in September is to be determined, or if it's going to be something that I'm filming throughout September and you see in October. And then the other one that I would like to do is I would like to do at least 2 recommendation videos. I have talked about this before, but I am so bad at recommendations videos, not because I don't like making them or because I don't want to make them, but I never feel like I'm prepared enough for a recommendations video. I constantly have this feeling of I should read more books. I should have more books to talk about and pick from, or I haven't read all of these books and so I'm not ready enough, or are my recommendations unique enough to warrant my input into this recommendations video? And I have this constant internal battle with it, and I never film them, but I know that people really like recommendations videos, and there are so many books that I want to recommend, and there are plenty of unique books that I read to recommend people, and I need to remember that not everybody watches every creator and therefore are not seeing all of the other recommendations videos. I do have them already planned out tentatively as long as I follow through. I just want to make sure that I actually post them and don't chicken out beforehand. And then the last one that is channel relevant is a forever goal of mine, and it is one that I forever fail at, but it is one that I am determined to successfully do at some point in my life, and that is get ahead on my content. Whether it is Instagram content or YouTube content or whatever it is, I want to get to a point where I am not editing and uploading hours before that thing goes live or moments before that thing goes live. I am the worst at having videos completely filmed and sitting on my computer for weeks. And then it's the night before I want to post that video and I am mad because I need to edit it and in a rush. I have, as of right now, 5 videos that are fully filmed sitting on my laptop that have not been edited yet. And 3 of them are going up in the next 6 days. I need to stop doing that. Those are all of my channel goals, and then I have 2 life goals. The first one is vague, but it is to enjoy the last of the warm weather. I don't know if this is an adult thing or a neurodivergent thing or just a human thing, but I am constantly thinking ahead and like preparing for the next step instead of enjoying where I'm at right now. I am always sitting there like, when I have this mystical free time, I'm going to do this, or once it's fall, I'm going to do this, or I can't wait for this upcoming thing, instead of just enjoying whatever is happening right now. And I keep seeing everyone post about their fall stuff, and I am trying to not get ahead of myself. Summer is one of my favorite seasons. The only 2 seasons I like are summer and fall, and winter and spring can kick it for all I care. I need to not be so excited about all the fall shit that I'm not enjoying the last of the summer weather because it is extremely limited here in Wisconsin. We have another heat wave coming right at the beginning of September, and I want to not hate it the whole time. So I'd like to go to the beach, I'd like to sit outside, and I want to just embrace the last of the warm weather before it's gone for the next 9 months. And then the other goal is I want to go apple picking. I said that I want to enjoy the warm weather and not get ahead of myself for fall, and then we're doing some fall shit. But I love apple picking, and we usually go at the end of September. One is our anniversary, and it's kind of like an anniversary tradition for us to do it because our first anniversary was during COVID, and there was not much that we could do, and so we ended up going apple picking for that first anniversary. And so now it's kind of been like an annual thing, but I would really like to do that. But those are the 6 goals that I wanted to talk about. And then the last thing that we are going to do here is to do a stats and highlights. As of the day that I am filming this, I have read 17 books, which is so much lower than what I have read the last couple of months. Not that I'm beating myself up over it, it is what it is, but I definitely had a slower reading month, partially because this month was kind of stressful. I had some medical stuff that came up, insurance things. Our dog got injured and required surgery. It's been a rough August, in all honesty. I started off the month reading almost a book a day, and then I didn't finish a book for like 8 days or something like that. I also had 4 DNFs, 5 technically if you want to count the last 2 books in the series. I DNF'd Change of Plans by Dylan Newton. This was in a vlog. I will have that vlog linked up in the cards and down in the description box. I read it for my NetGalley reading vlog, or didn't read it for my NetGalley reading vlog. Same thing with Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I barely got into this book. This book was a train wreck, in my opinion. I'm not picking up any more Tessa Bailey books, and I've actually unhauled all of my Tessa Bailey books. And then I also DNF'd Against the Rules by Brittany Kelly, which was an ARC that I got. This one just wasn't for me. There was nothing wrong with it. It just didn't do anything for me. And then the last one that I DNF'd is the last 2 books in the Sons of the Fallen series by Jacqueline Osborne. I have no desire to pick these back up. I read Bellamy, was it last month? I don't even know. And I put rated on my TBR, and the thought of reading this book was my Mount Everest. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm sick of it. I don't care how the series ends. And so we're not reading it. And then going over my TBR. Every single month I pick 12 prompts out of my TBR jar to get 12 books that are like my priority TBR. And in August, I did pretty terrible, in all honesty. I read 3 of them. 2 of them I DNF'd. So that is 5 books that are 100% done and off of that TBR. I have 4 or 5 that are currently in progress. So all of these September arcs that I put on my August TBR, which were Shot in the Dark, For Never and Always, and Thank You for Sharing, are getting pushed back. I am in the process of filming that video, but they are not going to be finished in the month of August. And so I'm counting that as like an in progress. Technically, I'm not in the progress of reading any of them, but the video that I picked those books for is in process. So that's kind of what happened. It kept getting pushed back and it's now going to be a September thing. And then I am currently in the middle of reading Cold Calculation by Cole McCade, which was the next book in the Criminal Intention series. I think I'm like 21% into this. It is something that I'm picking up at night while I read in bed, and so I'm going through it kind of slow. However, once I finish my other current read, I will be able to prioritize this one more. It's just I'm currently reading 3 books and I'm only good at reading 2 books at a time, not 3. And then the other one that I'm counting as like in progress is the next Hollow Knight series by Lee Jiko. Here's the thing. Why did I put this on my August TBR? This came out yesterday. When did I think I was gonna have time to read this before the end of the month? I'm actually going to be reading this weekend, so it is going to be happening, so I'm not counting this as a ding against myself, but like, why did I think I would read this before the end of the month when it came out right at the end of the month? Which means there are 2 books left that I just like straight up didn't do. The first is Lore by Lily Mayne. That's it. I didn't even attempt this. I this book is long, okay? It's really, really long, and I haven't wanted to pick it up. And then Consider Me is a book that I want to read for a vlog, and that vlog will happen eventually, but it is not a priority, and so this one just kind of immediately got taken off. That's where we were at. Of the 12 books, I read a whopping 5. I'm going to do just a couple quick highlights. So my least favorite book of the month was Pestilence by Laura Thalassa. You get to see me talk about this in that Not Alley vlog. I read so many books for vlogs this month, but that was the only book that I think I gave less than a 3-star. On my favorites list, I have 8 books. First, I'm just going to talk about the books that I read for the A to Z vlog that I did. Fans Only by B. Love, Last Light by Claire Kent, One Night, One Bite by Drea Anderson, and In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. I gave them all 5 stars. I talk about them in that A to Z vlog, which will also be linked in all of the places. That vlog was so successful. I got so many books and new authors from that video. It was fantastic. And then the other one was my Neck Alley vlog. I did also have 2 5-stars. I had Key to My Heart by Leah Lewis, as well as New Adult by Timothy Janowski. Both of those were fantastic. Again, that video will be linked down in the description box. And then the last 2 are books that you haven't heard me talk about yet. First is Heart Song by TJ Klune. You will see this one eventually in a vlog. I just don't know when that vlog is going to happen. This is on par with like Rest of the Story by Tal Bauer. I sobbed through this book. And it wasn't just at one part. I cried, I think like full on cried, like 4 or 5 times. And then there were just like teary eyes throughout almost the entire thing. This book broke me. It hurt so much. I'm not really going to talk about the synopsis here because I think the majority of the synopsis of this book is pretty spoilery, especially if you haven't read all of the other books. But just talking about anything in this book, I feel like you need to go into this one not knowing much because it is a whole experience. Robbie and Kelly are my favorite. This was my favorite book of the series. I'm just over halfway through book 4 right now, which is the last book. This is my favorite. And then the last book is Queen of Thieves and Chaos by K.A. Tucker. I ended up doing a reread of the first 2 books. They're still 5 stars. This book, also 5 stars. This is my favorite fantasy romance series. I think the way that the series is done is so much fun. The world building is really cool. The world is really cool. I like all of the little reveals. I like all of the relationships and dynamics between the characters. I like how morally gray and flawed everything is. There are all these gray areas on what everyone is doing with their political maneuverings. It's such a cool take. I really, really like it. And this book was freaking fantastic. So that is it for resetting my month going into September. Let me know if you enjoyed this style of reset or if you like the more aesthetic B-roll version that I've kind of been doing. But I've really enjoyed making these videos and watching everyone else's versions of these videos. And it really does bring this like calming scents going into a new month. So let me know how your month of August went, and I will see you guys tomorrow in my next video. Bye.